Yo. Episode 21, playoff edition.
Where some people win.
And some people go home.
Seems like it was our go this
week.
week.
I'm just going, I ain't going to drag you too much.
You can.
It happens.
It's all good. We did get beat pretty bad. So
it was a thrashing.
If you do, you're not lying.
It's all good. You joined us on the couch. We kept it warm for y'all. So,
week later.
Let's recap all the games, shall we? Divisional round.
We can go in order. Let's start. What was the first game? Bills, Broncos, right? Saturday at 4:30?
Yep.
What was your take on that game?
It felt like the commonality in most games outside of y'all's, of course. It's a one-sided game. But most games felt like it was so many opportunities for the other three games for the opposing team who lost to win. Obviously, starting with Buffalo, Josh Allen had 4 turnovers of his own. Obviously, James Cook fumbled as well, and I just think they were essentially giving the Broncos points. And I was telling a friend of mine, if the Bills didn't give the ball away that much, I think Bo Nix would have found a way to lose the Broncos the game because he's a game manager. What do you think?
I think it was a very good game overall, highly contested. I'm inclined to agree with you. I think that as much as I feel for Josh Allen in the sense of like it wasn't his fault per se, you can't turn the ball over 4 times as the quarterback. Like, you can't do that. Mm-hmm. He made some plays that wow you like he does every game. Mm-hmm. The 4 turnovers can't happen. To your point, if it's 2 turnovers, the Bills win. Because the 4 turnovers like set the table for the Broncos and facilitated a lot of their scoring opportunities. Mm-hmm. But I want to fast forward to, obviously, the most controversial play of that game, mm-hmm. and arguably the playoffs thus far, the Brandon Cook catch, no catch, interception. You think the refs got it right?
I think they did. I think anytime you allegedly come down with the football, it's so confusing because obviously we've talked about this on air, off air. What's considered a football move? You got to get 2 feet down in a football move, whatever. We don't know what that is. I think off season, it might get banned, the football move part. Hopefully the owners push for it, and then also, unfortunately, my Eagles fans, the tush push will probably get banned too. But back on to the catch, no catch, I personally felt as though it was an interception just because as a receiver, you need to have strong hands and could secure the ball going down to the ground fully.
Can't argue with that.
You got the ball wrestled out your hand, then you want to cry wolf to the ref. And when the ref rules out of your favor, I mean, if you would have caught the ball, young man, you have one job, Brandon Cooks. That's what happens.
That's the football. That's what you get paid to do.
Right.
That's how you feed
so
your family.
For Bills fans to argue that and people to argue that all week and feel bad for Josh Allen, like where's the same feeling? Did anybody feel bad for Lamar Jackson after he lost against the Steelers because his kicker? No. Did anybody feel bad for Jalen Hurts because his offensive coordinator called two go routes to your best receivers and 2 crossing routes? No. Did anybody feel bad for A.J. Brown dropping the ball and Jalen Hurts actually having a decent game in the playoffs, but A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith dropping the ball? No. Did anybody feel bad for Patrick Mahomes, all his receivers going down, getting locked up, charges, different drug deal transactions, being healthy, being hurt? No. Like, why does Josh Allen, NFL's posted, we feel bad for Josh Allen? I don't feel bad for Josh Allen. I don't feel bad for the Bills. They drafted Keon Coleman. They wanted Keon Coleman. They fought for Keon Coleman to be drafted early second round, their first second round pick. They got Brandon Cooks off the street. They got McCole Harmon. I thought McCole Harmon was working at Starbucks. I didn't know he was in the NFL still.
Let me get a mocha latte.
Right. But, like, I don't feel bad for Josh Allen. Like, I don't know why we should feel bad for Josh Allen as a fan base, as a NFL fans, as fans of the sport. Like, they lost the game. He turned the ball over. The Broncos defense showed up. They made timely stops, and they took the ball away. That's what the defense does. And so I just feel as though, it is what it is. Maybe next year, Broncos. And you fired Sean McDermott, which it wasn't his fault.
Bills.
Who did I say?
Broncos. It's okay. You were on one, though.
No,
you were getting in.
But Sean McDermott, then they fire him, and we can talk about that for a little bit. Like, I felt like that was unjustified. So the coach gets fired because the quarterback turns the ball over 4 times. Gotcha. Like, are you serious? What more could he have done?
I will say this. First and foremost, in the name of Dez Bryant, let's get rid of the whole football move.
Facts.
Definition of what's a catch.
Facts.
Like, that's ridiculous. Shout out to Dez Bryant. At first glance, I thought it was a catch.
Mm-hmm.
After a few different replays, by the time Brandon Cook's knee hits the ground, he is no longer in sole possession of the ball.
That part. That's
so,
why it's an interception.
If he's no longer in sole possession of the ball and possession is in transit at that point from his possession to the defender, now you have to wait until the defender goes down. By the time the defender goes down, he has the ball. So I do believe they got it right with the interception. I agree with you. However, you have to review that play.
No, you don't.
If you're telling me,
to me, it wasn't that close because it happened so fast.
If you're telling me coaches cannot challenge in overtime, right? Per the rule, whether regular season or playoffs. And you're telling me all scoring plays and all turnovers are automatically reviewable. Automatically reviewable. That's a turnover. An interception's a turnover. You got to review that play based upon the language and the rule. Questionable scoring plays, turnovers, automatically reviewable. At a minimum, whether it was a catch or an interception, was questionable. I don't know that it was definitive enough to justify not reviewing the play at all. So you got to review it. Competition committee, let's let the coaches have the opportunity to challenge in overtime, at least in the playoffs. If you don't want to agree with it in the regular season, I get that, because regular season games can end in a tie. If you go into overtime in the playoffs, that can't end in a tie. You have to have a team emerge victorious. As a result, you put the outcome of games potentially in the hands of referees if you strip coaches' opportunity to challenge specifically in overtime. Sean McDermott, I don't know that he got fired for the Broncos' loss as much as he got fired for not being able to take the Buffalo Bills to the Super Bowl in his tenure. So I think that was a termination based upon body of work that did not include, at a minimum, a Super Bowl appearance. And I think it's possible that their decision, at least to a degree, was influenced by Baltimore's decision to get rid of John Harbaugh. If the Ravens can get rid of John Harbaugh after 18 years and he won a Super Bowl, Bills ownership may have been like, well, we can get rid of you for half the tenure without at least an appearance in the Super Bowl.
Let me ask
so I don't
you
feel
this.
too bad for Sean McDermott.
Let me ask you this.
Shoot.
You right now, You're the Bills, right? Speaking objective, you're the owner of the Bills. Who out in the world right now, on the street, is a better coach than Sean McDermott?
Bill Cowher?
Will he be willing to come back after how many years he's been retired?
Probably not, but I would say he's a better coach.
Like,
I think he's comfortable on a CBS set.
On a serious note, though, who is better than Sean McDermott right now? Who will be willing to coach? Mike Tomlin's taking time off.
I was going to say Mike Tomlin.
So who outside of him? Who would you take? Who would be better? Who will fix Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills and get them over the hump to out-coach, out-strategize, out-scheme Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow? Who's better?
That's a fair question, but let me give you this. 1 is an accident. 2 is a trend. 3 is a problem. Shout outs to Chris Berman, ESPN Primetime. NFL Primetime. 1 is an accident, 2 is a trend, 3 is a problem. Well, what's 4? Because the Bills have 4 playoff losses to the Chiefs. Like, if you can't get over the hump, at some point we got to do something different.
So that's the coach?
Problem start at the top, yeah.
So what about the GM?
What about him?
I mean, he's kept his job for a pretty long time now. He's been doing a great job to you.
He can go too.
What weapons has Josh Allen have had outside of the 2 tight ends, Dawson Knox and Kincaid?
What Cat Williams say on Friday after next? Everything must go.
But everything didn't go.
Maybe even you, GM. He can go too.
Nah. Next game, we got the recap of Houston and New England. What you think?
I think D'Amico Ryans should have benched C.J. Stroud at halftime. Now, kudos and props to him for loyalty, sticking with his guy. I love what he said coming out in the second half. He said, C.J. has to know that we got his back. We're still in this game. So, I think he showed loyalty to his guy. I admire that. What I will say is there may very well come a time in the near future where he has to go in a different direction from a quarterback perspective because they have a championship defense right now today. That defense is a problem. And if not for that pick 6, the Houston Texans may have won that game. They were in control of that game and had momentum until C.J. Stroud threw that pick 6. That pick 6 changed the trajectory of that entire game after that play. So when your quarterback throws 4 interceptions in the first half, mind you, couple that with he looked bad against the Steelers the week before. So he had, I think, 3 picks in that game, another 4 in the first half of the Patriots game. Like, what does it take to bench him? I'm not saying Davis Mills was going to win the game, but at some point you got to find a spark when you have an opportunity to catch lightning in a bottle, meaning advance to a Super Bowl and potentially win it. Like when you got an opportunity, you got to seize the opportunity and you got to make tough decisions, a la Nick Saban in the college football championship, national championship in 2017 when he benched your guy, Jalen Hurts, in favor of Tua. Not many people would have done that. It was the right call. They won a national championship. I'm not saying that
the right call today.
I'm not saying that would have happened against the Patriots with Stroud being benched in favor of Davis Mills. I thought he should have been benched, though. I think the Patriots won that game because the pick 6 changed the momentum, and they never looked back from there.
Houston, we have a problem. C.J. Stroud is your problem.
Facts.
If I'm Houston right now, I'm hitting free agency. And we're going to have a later episode talking about free agency, draft, all that stuff, who should do what. But
I got a name for you too, but I'm going to let you finish.
Free agency, draft, something, or a trade. They need a quarterback.
If you are Houston, do you entertain the prospect of Kirk Cousins? I don't know if he's a free agent. I don't know if he's available.
No.
Okay. You think C.J. Stroud's better than him?
No. I don't think that's the problem. What scares me about older quarterbacks in the NFL is durability over a 17, 18 game season. And plus, obviously, if you make the playoffs. I don't know if I trust that. With that O-line, as much as horrible as CJ Stroud played, obviously, kudos to the Patriots. I think they played a solid game. It wasn't perfect, but they played a solid game, and they did everything it needed to be done. Defense got timely stops. That's the recap for me. But back to the Houston problem, I feel as though that line, that offensive line,
didn't help them at all.
Did not help. They're a couple offensive line pieces away. And they don't have anybody offensively that scares you.
Nico Collins?
No.
Now, he was hurt.
Granted, Nico Collins didn't play. But
Pro Bowl wide receiver? You not scared of Nico Collins as a D coordinator?
To me, no. He's one guy. A double. Like, it's a double all game. We're bracketing him all game. The whole game.
Let the other guys beat you.
Yes. Then no Joe Mixon. Like, who scares you in that offense?
Well, you got Nick Chubb. Now, granted, it's not Cleveland Nick Chubb.
No, it's Nick Chubb with a limp. Like, it's not the same Nick Chubb. And it's like, also on top of that, like, again, everything starts up front in the trenches. Their offensive line is terrible. I agree with they have championship level play with defense. I don't know if I'm willing to say they have a championship defense. They play at a championship level. I don't know if they're there yet. But as a team, I think Houston is a few pieces away. And then, granted, all year, I didn't feel like they were better than Jacksonville or Indianapolis in their prime. Towards the end of the season, they started showing they were better, obviously, as a team.
I can give you Jacksonville.
But I don't think they're better than Jacksonville.
They're better than the Colts.
But offensively, to me, with a healthy
Danny Dimes,
Daniel Jones, and Jonathan Taylor, the Colts' offense is better than the Texans.
I'm sorry, Indiana Jones. I forgot that's the artist formerly known as Danny Dimes.
But you give
Indiana Jones.
You agree? Do you agree with that? The Colts' offense is being better than the Texans' offense. Because
I would agree with that.
You have Jonathan Taylor, you have Michael Pittman, and but they might lose him in free agency.
You got Tyler Warren,
and you got Tyler Warren. Like, that's a good offense. Like,
it is. When they were healthy, they were among the league leaders in points per game
and rushing
offensively. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor led the league until he fizzled out toward the end of the season.
Facts.
So I'll give you the Colts offense being better than the Texans. I'm not saying the Colts team is better than the Texans.
Right.
Jags.
I think
Texans,
the Jags was a better overall team, in my opinion. Next game.
Rams Bears.
Oh, you don't want to get to yours?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he doesn't want America. He doesn't want you all to know.
Honest oversight. No, we can talk about our game. I think
you're from a 49er fan perspective, and then objectively, what do you feel like? What happened? What you're missing? What do you need to do in the offseason? You could have your time to shine.
Call me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of those fans that think my watching the game or not influences the outcome of the game.
Mm-hmm. You didn't watch the game.
I didn't watch it from the opening kick. I was in transit, but no excuses. The game went south from the opening kick.
I was going to say that.
Like, you can't give up a kick return for a touchdown to start a game when you're on the road in a hostile environment. The
and it's a divisional rival.
It's already loud,
mm-hmm.
and then it just goes off the Richter scale when Shaheed runs the kickback. And Saints, I hope you got something for him, because he's turning the Seahawks offense loose.
Mm-hmm.
Like, perfect compliment to JSN. Perfect compliment to Kenny Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now they have someone with that explosive get-ghost ability to take it to the house. After the kick return, we get the ball. My guy Jake Tom just turns the ball over. Before you know it, it's 17-0, and they never look back. We could never really get into a rhythm. We had an opportunity at 17-6 It is 3 minutes to go in the first half, second quarter. We stopped them.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the play where Charbonnet tears his ACL, goes out for the season.
Mm-hmm.
We get called for defensive holding. Without that penalty, they're punting. We have an opportunity to cut it to 17-13 before the half.
Mm-hmm.
In retrospect, after that defensive holding, they go down, score is 24-6 at the half. Game was over at that point.
Yeah.
Great season for my 49ers. Kyle Shanahan coached his rear end off this season. Objectively speaking, I think he should win Coach of the Year, considering all the success we had with all the injuries.
Not when you lose 41-6.
That's fine. But I think that obviously we got blown out. However,
No, you got blown the bleep out.
we'll be back. Call us the Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right.
We'll be back.
Then he woke up and realized he was Richard.
We got the yacht.
Right. You guys know how I felt about the game. I just feel like the 49ers are outmatched, outmanned, outplayed. Hopefully you guys make some moves in the offseason. I don't know if you guys heard. They said Brandon Ayuk has played his last snap as a 49er.
As he should have, John Lynch. Good for you.
I think you need to make some moves on the outside, have some real threats to receive, whether that's through your draft, free agency, or trades. I also think that, my personal opinion, you need a true threat outside of Brian Robinson Jr. from the running back position. A couple years ago, I'm a football fanatic. You had guys like Raheem Mostert. You had guys like Elijah Mitchell who really scared you.
He was the starter until we got CMC.
They were
I don't
threats.
know where he is
They
now.
were like threat stuff. I think he plays for Miami. But they were threats. You get what I'm saying? So now
We shouldn't have let Jordan Mason go to Minnesota.
Jordan Mason, another one I was going to say.
You got to keep either Jordan Mason or Elijah Mitchell. You can't let both of them go in favor of Brian Robinson. Can't do that.
Yeah, so I just feel like you guys need a 1-2 punch at running back.
Agreed.
And I think you need somebody to pair opposite Kittle and opposite Pearsall. Whether through the free agency or the draft.
We need a wide receiver that takes the top off of the defense.
Facts. A threat.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
Defensive coordinators who game plan against us.
And you need a defensive coordinator now because you just lost Robert Saleh.
They know going in.
But good thing you lost him because he let somebody score 40 on him. But anyway, go ahead.
They know going in. Purdy's only going to throw the ball.
And you need edge rushers.
20 yards down the field. They know that going in.
And you need a quarterback.
So we got that. We need somebody
and you need some pride.
Who can take the top off of the defense.
And a special teams coach.
A Tyreek Hill. You understand? An Xavier Worth. We need a speedster.
A Devontae Smith.
No, we don't want any of those guys that can't catch.
He can't catch?
You just said it.
The Super Bowl showed you.
You said it early in the segment. Him and A.J. Brown couldn't catch. So I'm
the
saying,
dagger. You remember the dagger last year in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, a lot of things happened last year.
Right. Like you was being on the couch watching this at the Super Bowl.
So taking the top off the defense, a wide receiver with speed.
Like a Shaheed.
That can catch. Yeah, like a Shaheed.
Yeah. And then you can find that through the draft.
An explosive backup running back so we can go ahead and get done with the Brian Robinson experiment. I'd take Deebo Samuel back for him.
Okay. And then last but not least, to me the most entertaining game of the weekend, the LA Rams and the Chicago Bears, my opinion.
More than fair.
I think I'll start this one off. I think the Bears played well. Caleb Williams did not. I think they lost this game because of Caleb Williams. I think the defense, for most of the game, you held the LA Rams, high-powered, obviously MVP favorite Matthew Stafford, to 10 to 17 points. Caleb Williams had 3 picks. You can't expect to win playoff games like that. And I think the Bears were just last year's Commanders. Like, a hot team going throughout the league, winning games they're not supposed to win, getting lucky, having these fluke fourth down, clutch plays, and they're the greatest show on turf. But now they played a real team. I think the Rams made timely plays. Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, and Matthew Stafford. Obviously, he didn't have a great game, but he had a decent game. And obviously, Kyron Williams and Blake Curl. Shout out, baby Blake.
Curl's interception saved the game.
Facts.
Without that pick, it's Bears Seahawks.
Wait, who did he used to play for? I can't remember. Sorry, Commanders fans. You gave him away for a donut. But Cameron Curl saved them that game. And then Caleb Williams, it wasn't Caleb Williams' fault on that last interception, in my opinion. DJ Moore didn't run his route all the way through.
He could have made a better effort to catch the ball, or at a minimum,
kind of gave me PTSD from AJ Brown.
Turning the defensive back.
Facts.
Flag Cam Curl.
Facts.
Offensive pass interference.
Facts. Something. You needed to play. But, such is life. And now we get to our picks. Then there were 4. We got the LA Rams and the Seahawks. Who do you like and why?
I'm going with the Rams. Best offense in the league. Best quarterback remaining. I'm going to keep it simple. Not only do I like the Rams to advance to the Super Bowl, I like them to win the Super Bowl because they have the best offense, they have the best quarterback, and their defense is good enough. The Seahawks look very tough against us. They did. If you go back and watch the 2 games they played against the Rams controlled both games. They played approximately 125 minutes of football. 2 games, one of which went into overtime. The Rams won 21-19, I believe. Seahawks won 38-37. If you look at how much time each team led total in the 2 games, I'd be willing to bet the Rams led for over 100 minutes, spanning both games. They control both games. They'll control this game. Rams advance.
I agree. I like the Rams as well. This season reminds me of a great season that I obviously remember. A freshman in college. My Eagles were go ahead, fake fall asleep. We're underdogs, right? This Rams team, what I'm trying to say is this Rams team reminds me of the Patriots that year. Tom Brady, MVP favorite, going against a young Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz tears his ACL. Drake May, but except it's the opposite now. The Broncos are like the Eagles. But anyway.
So you're picking them to win it all?
No, wait. Slow down, buddy. I ain't say all that. But listen, what I'm saying, I'm saying that to say I like the Rams because I just feel like they're the better team. They have an MVP favorite, front runner, similar to Tom Brady back in 2017-18 season.
Brady did win the MVP. Look at you doing your homework.
I
taught him well, America.
They have to me, and it's going to show on Sunday. Remember I said this. Hopefully we'll all on the East Coast will be snowed in, enjoying the game. The Rams receivers are just going to be flat out better than the Seahawks secondary, in my opinion.
Only one question.
Yes.
Will the Rams offensive line give Stafford enough time?
I think they will.
If the answer is yes,
let me tell you why.
Carves them up.
I was going to say that. I just feel as though when you look at the Seahawks secondary, they're not as polished as the other secondaries in the playoffs. Like the Broncos, the Patrick Surtains, the Christian Gonzalez. They don't have a big name. They have Josh Jobe. For those of you who don't know, is an Eagles reject from a couple years ago who used to give us headaches. I think they have a really good scheme under Mike McDaniel, but I think Sean McVay is going to out-scheme offensively the Rams. I mean, the Seahawks. My apologies.
He clearly loves those Eagles, America.
I'm always going to find a way to mention my Eagles.
Clearly,
I just think the Rams are the better team. You obviously know about your division, and as far as the Rams controlling, and watching the Rams live this season, I remember saying, this team could be the team that represents the NFC in the Super Bowl, because they were so dominant in the first half. But the Eagles were down 26-7 at halftime. And I just remember watching Matthew Stafford having timely throws, getting the ball out quick, doing no-look passes. That's hard to defend. And in my opinion, this is no disrespect to Brock Purdy, if you look at the Seahawks schedule throughout the whole season, they haven't, outside of Matthew Stafford, who has challenged that defense? Quarterback-wise.
That's a fair point.
They didn't play the Eagles this year.
They played the AFC South, so they played.
They didn't play
Trevor Lawrence.
They didn't play
Stroud,
Patrick Mahomes.
They
didn't play Lamar Jackson. They didn't play Josh Allen. Who did they play?
Baker Mayfield carved them up.
When they play a good quarterback, they get carved. I like the Rams.
And they beat the Seahawks. Baker Mayfield.
I like the Rams. Then the AFC side, we got the Patriots and the Broncos. I'll start it off. Unpopular pick. I like the Broncos. Here's why. I think the Patriots showed offensively, it takes them a while to wake up. And I feel as though Sean Payton is going to have Stidham prepared. Even though Bo Nix sucks, like losing him sucks. But I think Stidham is a veteran. Obviously, he's never won a game. I think the crowd's going to be behind him. I think the defense is going to come to play. I think the defense are going to get a couple turnovers that help them in the game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, and I think they're just going to find a way to win at home. So I like the Broncos in that regard. And then I just think Drake May is kind of reminiscent of, the Patriots are kind of reminiscent of, what's the team? The Jets in the early days with young Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan.
Revis
Allen. They look tough all season. And then when they get to the AFC Championship, they go against a Tom Brady, a knowledgeable quarterback, and I personally feel as though, or a veteran quarterback, I feel as though I like the Broncos in this game.
That's a decent comparison. I'll offer you this.
Okay.
That veteran quarterback that you referenced,
Stidham is not
Stidham.
Drew Bledsoe went down for Tom Brady. Stidham is Tom Brady in this game, y'all. I'm kidding. But I like the Broncos.
Rendition of the Patriots reminds me of the 2001 version.
That they don't belong, and they find a way.
They have found a way to win.
Okay.
Time and time again. They had a win streak of about, 8 or 9 games in the regular season, something like that. I don't foresee a Mike Vrabel coached team, especially with the Patriots. I don't foresee them losing to a backup quarterback this late in the season with a Super Bowl appearance on the line. I think it's going to take the league MVP and Matt Stafford to take them out. With that being said, Sean Payton is an offensive guru.
Mm-hmm.
If the Broncos are going to win this game, you can only protect Stidham but so much. You can't rely too heavily on the run. In the first quarter, I get it. But at some point in the game, you're going to have to take the training wheels off the bike and see if he can ride. You follow me?
Pause.
Like, you got to throw the football. Real dudes don't say no homo or pause. I'm a real dude. So,
Okay, say, did he?
You can say it. Shout out to Jadakiss. Real niggas don't say no homo, pause, none of that. So, he's going to have to make some plays.
He's talking about Jadakiss.
He's going to have to make some plays.
He's about to do
throwing the football. He's going to make some plays throwing the football.
No facts.
You're not going to be able to run your way to SoFi Stadium, to 49er Stadium.
Facts.
Levi Stadium, I'm sorry, not SoFi. Levi Stadium.
Right.
You're not going to be able to run the ball there.
Right.
You got it, though? I don't know if Stidham is going to do it against the Patriots, but Matt Stafford will. So I'm going Rams, Patriots. You a jerk. America, I don't know what's in that cup. Mine is water.
It's water, too. Come on, man. Every week you say this. But look, let us know in the comments what y'all think. Enjoy this weekend. If it's snowing in your area, let us know what you're doing, your plans, who you like, why, things of that nature. You got anything?
My 49ers will be back. We got championship round. Final four, so to speak, in the NFL. Wish my Niners were still around, but shout outs to the NFC West. 3 teams in the playoffs.
3 teams with a bowl. 1 doesn't.
2 teams in the conference championship. The NFC rep will be from the NFC West. And more than likely, the Super Bowl champion will also be from the NFC West. I think it's safe to say we played the best football this year in the NFC West. I'll close with that. Straight no chase. That's how we keep it.
The Super Bowl champ is going to be the AFC more than likely. Patriots or Broncos, I think will outplay the Rams.
Remember he said this, America.
But we'll see.
That's why they play the game.
Fly, Eagles, fly. We'll see what we do at defensive coordinator, all that good stuff.
We'll see y'all next week when we prep for the Rams Patriots.
Peace.
Peace out.